Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be checking out a video titled Fred DIBNAH shows how to erect a chimney scaffolding at 200 feet. I'll be real with you, I cannot give you an exact description of what 200 feet is, right? But I will say this, like I said in my previous video. I said when I looked at the measurements and whatever with the feet, 10 feet is about the average roof size, okay? Usually some roofs are about 8 feet high. I'm talking about inside of the house. Usually it's about 8 feet or 9 feet, right? But usually the roof on the outside of a home, if it's not one of them type, if it's a flat, usually the first level is going to be around 10 feet. It's averaging around 10 feet. Could be a little bit higher, could be a little bit lower, but about 10 feet. So you can do the math, and you can do the math visually, and you can see how far up 200 feet is. So I don't know what kind of scaffolding he's going to be erecting, but I have a little bit of experiences with scaffolding because of my family, but I am kind of so sure it's not going to be the metal ones. I just don't think it's going to be metal because, like, the video is from 1980. So, you know what? Without further ado, let's get right to this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please do leave a like and subscribe, and talk to your boy in the comment section down below. And if you have any recommendations, click that link in the pinned comment section, and you can recommend any video. I'll check it out as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Let's get right into this video.
It had fascinated me for, you know, all through my childhood. How the hell does one little man get all that up to the top of a 200-foot factory chimney and fix it all up? And, you know, like, if you went to talk to most of them, they couldn't really explain in, you know, language I understood how you did it, because
First of all, I'm not doing that. That's the first thing. I'm not doing that. How is Brody actually climbing 200 feet, 200 foot, whatever, however you want to say it, and he ain't got no protection? Oh my God.
I don't think they really knew themselves, you know. They'd just left school and been shown, you know, the way to do it, and they battered at it in a wild sort of a fashion. And life went by, and one day I met the man who sort of had been a draftsman, and he'd only ended up in this crazy job through his father-in-law were a bit stuck, who were a steeplejack, and he'd gone help him out, and he was like a bit of a cut above the rest with the grey matter, and he explained to me with a piece of chalk on the cobblestones in a mill yard in Bolton how you put the ladders up and how you put the staging up round the top of a chimney. First thing I've got to do is get me bosun's chair up, and then I'm dangling in a position somewhere round about here on my 3 bits of rope and a little board. I have then got to chisel 4 holes into the brickwork, 6 inches apart in a vertical plane and a couple of foot apart the other way. And the next thing, up comes 4 iron pins or iron dogs. The purpose of these is to support a great bark of timber, which will come up next, you see. I just put one of these dogs or pins in the hole on the left-hand side of the ladder.
Finally! Finally he got some... Finally! I can't believe I'm out here saying finally Brody got some protection. Nah.
The batten comes up the chimney. It's tied onto the line that goes from another pulley wheel at the top right down to the floor. It's tied on in a position about 4 feet from one end, and then the rope runs up the side of it, and there's a lashing round there which I can conveniently undo, and then I guide that piece of timber with, you know, Donald at the bottom supporting its weight, and I guide it behind the ladder until I've got it going across here, like so. And and then I put the next pin or dog underneath that side of it, 2 more over the top. So then I've got it so it won't go up and down, it won't waddle about. In a boatswain's chair, if you've looked after all the rope and all the tattle, you have a beautiful sense of security, because you know rope will hold a couple of ton and you weigh nowhere near that, and like really it pays you to look after your equipment, because like if that bloody rope breaks, you're dead. It's half a day out with the undertaker.
You think?
Sort of, like when I get on my seatboard, I give it a little bounce and just see whether it's safe
Stable.
or not, And,
Yeah. I feel that. I feel
It's
that.
never broke yet, but I'm always ready to get all the bloody ladder if it does break. The next thing that comes up are 2 things called legs, which are pieces of 2.5 inch by about 4 inch timber with an hole in each end. This batten has a series of holes drilled in it, and I then proceed to bolt one on there and one over there like so. And then I'll lower myself down on my boatswain's chair and mark a suitable joint at the bottom and knock a pin through there and a pin through there. So I've then got that like all braced up quite solid.
This is
When
crazy.
that's been done on both sides of the chimney, the next thing to come up is 2 long steel rods, which I use to connect both of these battens together.
Oh, okay.
And I've got this big iron rod and I've got to send it over to the far batten. And that means maybe 14 feet across, or 12 foot on a reasonable chimney stack. I've got to get that rod onto the other batten so that it's in like line with an hole, and as it scrapes down the face, give it a shove through the hole, and if you're lucky you'll get it through, sort of thing. It's rather a tricky bit, that. See, all the modern men use aluminium scaffolding tubing now, but I like this way of doing it. It's a bit more awkward, but when you've got it all up, it's quite solid. And when you've finally got the rods through the 2 sets of holes, then you put the washers and the nuts on, or a few packing pieces, so you can slightly cramp them up round the chimney.
That's hella impressive, bro.
Then after we've got the 2 battens on and bolted together, the next stage of the game is planks, which form like the platform that you walk on, come up one at once, of course, because some of them like 16, 18 feet long. And when it arrives at the top, it's tied on in a special way that when I untie it, I can get like 1 plank across there, like so, and 1 across there, like so, and then another one next to it, you see, all the way around the top. And so that when you walk on them, they don't go like up and down like that. 2 iron plates with a bolt through the middle, which makes them 2 boards as one. And then there's iron hooks that hook them onto the battens, so the wind can blow at 100 mile an hour and they'll still be there in the morning, you see. Wind is every steeplejack's enemy, like there's no way that you know, you get the boards up, and even if you've got to keep it flat all the time, and you've got this feeling that it's floating on the wind, you know, which it really is. And if you turn it sideways on into the wind, it'd have you away.
Like, you know, I can't even, like, I just wish that, what I'm happy about is that the people who are likely to watch this video already knows or have an understanding of the intensity. Is that the word? Intensity? Yeah. Intensity of what Fred DIBNAH is currently doing. Because, like, I was just thinking about, because he has the harness, right? And I was just thinking about when you go to, like, you know, what do you even call that shit? It's not a zoo, it's you know, where they do all the flips and tricks and whatever. It's not an amusement park either, but you know what I'm talking about, where they do all kinds of tricks and some weird ass shit, right? When you go there and they have the harnesses, right, usually they're going up probably about max 30 feet. Max 30 feet, right? With those tricks and all of those stuff, right? He's going up 200 feet and he's just there, dude. Like, dude, falling from 30 feet, it's not the same as falling from 200 feet. And this is some real commitment and some real, like, shit.
In a wind like today, sort of all the chimneys, you know, you get about 2 or 3 inches swaying about, you know. It's actually all the chimney stacks swaying, you know, from side to side. You know, the most beautiful chimney with no cracks in it and nothing, sways about, you know. You have that feeling that there's something not quite right, you know, as though you've had about 5 pints of beer, like, you know, you think, you know, there's something moving somewhere, sort of thing, and, you know, it's all the bloody lot going like this. If you're on the windy side of it, you don't feel it because the wind's buffeting you about, you see. But if you go around in the slipstream and sit on the staging nice and quiet and just lean against the wall, you can feel it moving, you know, rocking. Nice. A big gust and you'll feel it go right over, and then there's a bit of a lee in the wind, you feel it come back. It's quite unbelievable, you know. There's not many people experienced out like that.
Yeah, you think? I want to experience it. How good.
When we've got all the big planks in position, on the large diameter chimney, there's a great gap in the corner, so we've got 4 boards called corner boards that fit across the corners, you see, like so, which, like, stops you falling through the hole in the corner. Once you've got the first staging up or the first deck up, you know, there's firm basis for going higher up, then you
that's really windy
for the next staging, and you know, you can work quite comfortably as though you were on the ground.
No.
When I've done it, when I've got all the gear up, you know, to me it's a bloody magnificent achievement, you know.
It is, of
You've
course.
like really got the world at your feet. Wonderful sensation is to turn round and put your back to the wall, and so your vision's straight out. And you appear to be just suspended in air, you know, 200 feet up off the floor. And you're like, as though you're just hanging off somewhere up in heaven, you know, in the clouds. Which is nice because you can sit there and have a smoke and sort of look about, you know, and survey the land. you know, I think about what I'm going to do with my engine at home tonight and what big problem can we solve. You know, I've solved a lot of problems sitting on tops of factory chimneys.
Hey, that was insane, dude. He really erected that scaffolding and it right boxed around, and that was a complete scaffolding. Like it looked so good. It's sketchy, but it's good. And when I say sketchy, I don't mean like the way how he put it up, how it looks. I mean it looks sketchy based on you know, it's so high up. You can just fall and you can just go, you know what I mean? But he did surely put that up, and yeah, that was really great. But like, what I want to know is like, were there other people doing this as well, or was it just he was the only person who was actually, you know, confident enough to do this? Because yeah, this is actually really impressive. I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know if you guys would, but I personally wouldn't. And I'm happy that we don't have to do this right now. But yeah, this was actually pretty cool by Fred DIBNAH. You guys can let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section down below. I'm definitely going to check out the one where he's, you know, bringing it down. I've heard a lot about that in the comment section, so I'm going to check that one out soon as possible. But thank you guys for watching this video. I'm out of here. Until next time. Peace.